It's Wednesday, January 22nd. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories about pretty much anything from pretty much anywhere and try to give it to you in 5 minutes or less today. Ooh-wee. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we got another whistleblower coming out, and this time he comes with some footage. Okay, not only that footage, hardcore facts. Apparently he's very credible, and just right off the top, there's a video in which I've taken clips from that we're gonna watch, and I was thinking I was just gonna do a live stream, react to the entire video, get all the information out there. I ain't got that kind of time. So for now, it's a traditional 5-minute fix. And before we get started, make sure that shit's all nice and tight. Air Force veteran makes shocking claims describing how he helped retrieve a UFO for the US government. Jake Barber was working as an Air Force pilot when he claims he was asked to help retrieve a mysterious object. Now, there's a couple things with this that, obviously may seem like they're a little bit out there, but like I said, we got some video footage, and just the way this guy talks about this is very compelling. There's 3 other very highly accredited military staff members that have vouched for him and were witness to all of this as well. So we're gonna read a little bit and then we'll watch the clip I was talking about earlier. Doesn't even shock you anymore when things like this come out. I mean, it has been years and years since people have been describing these little green men coming out of strange spaceships in the sky and told that they were nothing more than conspiracy theorists. But is that actually true? Okay, before I read this, why they gotta have this guy looking so crazy like this? The vet described UFOs to be something a lot different than what we see in movies. For Jake Barber, his journey allegedly comes after working with the government to assist with the downed craft when the communication process and procedure was modified. The whistleblower explained that he was commanded to fly a helicopter with an egg-shaped object appeared 150 feet from him, describing it as a strange craft with no engine or thermal signals. He told News Nation that the white egg was inconsistent with anything he'd ever seen before. He was then ordered to retrieve this egg from the ground, and before you think he's telling lies, 3 high-level military veterans have all apparently corroborated the story. So with that being said, we strapped up, we'll pop into this video, and don't you worry, obviously I'm gonna have the link to the video in its entirety down below.
There's no doubt Jake Barber is an accomplished helicopter pilot. This is the kind of work Barber says he did after he left the Air Force as a private contractor.
Okay, so he's got the accreditation.
Industry and the US government at a secret location he calls the Range. That's where Barber and his team were asked to retrieve downed craft, the likes of which he says were not just advanced tech the public has never seen. They were built by non-human intelligence.
Okay, quite the accusation.
At the moment when you realized that you were involved in a retrieval of non-human technology, alien tech.
So it became very clear the first time our communication process and procedure was modified.
Okay.
And then just visually looking at the object on the ground, you could tell that it was extraordinary and anomalous. It was not human.
How close did you get?
Well, I was a helicopter pilot, and I operate with 150 foot to 200 foot long line. So I got within 150 feet of this object.
Ooh, that's close.
I saw an egg, a white egg.
Was there any?
Now, a white egg, that is not what we traditionally would have thought, these UAPs, UFOs would look like. So it's just very interesting to say, or to see that it's like a white egg.
Any visible propulsion system on it?
No, not what we would know. There's no engine, there was no
Nothing.
thermal signature. I was operating at night when
How does it go
finally
zoom?
came in to pick it up, so I'm working under night vision goggles at the time. And it was quite clear. I flipped them up, flipped them down, and looked at it a couple of different ways.
How large was the object?
I would say approximately 20 feet, plus or minus a little bit, about the size of a large SUV.
20
Did it have
feet,
any seams?
No.
And it was
Seamless.
pure white.
20 feet,
It was
seamless.
like pearly white, like a metallic pearly white, the best I could assess.
How did you know that that egg-shaped object was non-human in origin?
Well, visually, after seeing all kinds of things in my past, it was clearly something that was ridiculously looking. It's inconsistent with anything I'd ever seen before. I can also tell you that the reaction by my team, we all knew we were dealing with something extraordinary.
And at no stage were you ever subsequently told that the craft was of non-human origin?
I will tell you that during this process over the last couple of years, it's been confirmed to me by ranking members of the UAP task force that what we were working with that night was in fact an HI, and it was not a unique experience.
What do you think that object was?
I don't know. Again, I'm security and transportation. I moved it, loaded it on a truck, and it went to...
Where would it go?
So this guy doesn't even have any idea what he's picking up.
It would be taken to a secure facility.
That's the crazy part.
Again, my role stops once I deliver it.
Yes, it sounds like the stuff of madness, tall tales, delusions. And anyway, where was the proof for any of this?
NewsNation has independently obtained previously unseen
Yeah,
video
that's right, Ross.
obtained from a secret
Hell yeah,
UAP
baby.
craft retrieval program.
You got the goods.
This extraordinary footage clearly shows
Extraordinary.
an egg-shaped object dangling in a sling below the belly of a helicopter.
Here we go. Look at this. It's wrapped. So first of all, this isn't like, okay, this is night vision, obviously, but this isn't like the grainy shit that you see from like cell phones and like back in the day, whatever. This is as legit as it gets in my eyes. Look at it. Watch it roll down. Like, this is the perfect. It's so perfectly shaped. And like he said, seamless, about 20 feet long. When's the last time you saw a 20-foot long egg shaped anything? This is crazy. Look at this.
Let's slow this down
Please
to
do.
take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line. We're told the craft is about 20 feet long. The egg suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land. Let's freeze frame here to look at one of the clearest images of a UAP ever taken. This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record
110%.
this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is.
Even the shadow.
No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the ropes and canvas from the cradle as it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's final destination still unknown.
Where do we go from here? You know, this is some wild ass shit. Will we see any confirmation from any sort of government entities? Who knows? Probably not. They got themselves busy with all this other bullshit right now, but I feel like something like this is gonna get too big to ignore. That's what it's coming down to now, is getting too big to ignore. So there's gotta be something. But anyways, this video is already too long. I wanna know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.